It's a bold new series that steps inside the policing of America. Live PD, it premieres on the A&E network this Friday, and the show's going to shed light on the difficult work being done by our men and women in law enforcement while also highlighting citizens' call for transparency. And joining us now is the host of the series, Dan Abrams. He's an attorney, an author, and chief legal analyst for ABC News. Great having you, Dan.
Great to be with you, Sean.
All right, so let's talk about Live PD. This is really giving unfiltered access inside the country's busiest police forces. Don't confuse this with cops. This is going very deep.
Well, that's right, and it's also in real time, right? So it's live. We're in 6 places at once for this 2-hour block from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday nights, and we're going to be seeing it as the viewers are. One of the fascinating things about this show is, as we're on set, we've been doing a bunch of dress rehearsals in real time, is we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what the beginning is. We don't know what the end is. And that makes that really fascinating. And I think your point about the discussion in the country makes this an incredibly timely show. Because on the one hand, you have the police saying, we're being targeted, and you have people in particular communities saying, we're being targeted by the police. And I think that both sides are now coming to the conclusion that what we need is more transparency. And that's what this show is.
Yeah, my goodness. Any cloak that there could be is being torn right off. It's really incredible. I mean, it's not like you have a bunch of shows in the can ready to air. I mean, this is going to be happening live in front of all of our eyes. I mean, the demand for transparency in law enforcement has really come to a fever pitch over the past several months. This is an incredibly important show beyond an incredibly, entertaining and engaging show.
Well, I hope so. I hope that by continuing that discussion about how police do what they do, we're going to help further that discussion, further the national debate and discussion about this. And I think that the fact that we're in very different kinds of police departments, we're in a highway patrol in Utah, we're in a local police department in Bridgeport, we're the gang unit in Tulsa, Oklahoma, et cetera, that it shows you different types of policing as well. And look, and this is real time. So we don't know exactly how it's how it's going to start or end. And
how exactly are you shooting this? Because when you think live TV, you obviously think live trucks with these big satellite dishes and stuff like that. But it's got to be a lot more technologically advanced. You have dash cameras and handheld cameras. I mean, how's this being done? Yeah.
Well, old guys like myself, Sean, think about the old. We think about the satellite trucks, et cetera. But the interesting thing is that we are actually going to be using technology that's never been used before in getting all this in real time. So we're going to have 6 teams across the country with multiple cameras across the country, all coming in, and we're going to have to the production team inside the control room is going to have to be deciding at any minute, do we want to go here, do we want to go there? And we're going to try to move around quite a bit amongst these police departments, depending on where the most interesting activity is.
Wow. Obviously, this is going to have a social media aspect as well. A lot of people are going to be talking about this show.
Oh, yeah. And look, from a social media perspective, what you really want and what I'm hoping is that people who are watching it are going to be saying, wow, did you see this? Did you see this show where they're following police departments in real time? There was this amazing moment where this happened, or even maybe they'll be sharing more mundane observations, which is, I didn't know when police pull someone over, they have to have a reason, probable cause, to be able to search their car. There's a whole range of possibilities here, but I do think that it's going to lead to a national discussion or add to the national discussion about policing.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to the show. And Dan, congratulations on getting this production up and running so fast, may I add. And we look forward to seeing it this Friday.
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it.
Live PD with Dan Abrams premieres this Friday at 9 p.m. on the A&E network. Going to be pretty interesting.